Well, didn't think didn't think I feel motivated to do the notebook review of The Timeless Children, but I feel motivated right now. I'm the Blood Knight of the Old Republic of Bloodganistan, and if you watch the earlier episodes of my Timeless Child review, they weren't directly straight from my notebook. But I don't think I'm done with the Timeless Children. I don't think I'm done. Produced 3 videos. I think I could do a 4th. And this is just by what I have in my notebook, a review of the Timeless Children of Series 12. This is episode 28. Episode 28. So, yeah. Never thought, uh, never thought I'd come back to this BS. But I think you deserve it because there's a lot I didn't touch on. And there's stuff I touched on in the previous videos that I'm going to be touching on again. Just because, yeah, it's in my notebook. I'm going in order. So, yeah, I should start playing some Solitaire. Timeless Children. Or just straight up canon rape, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. Mostly intact cyber carrier. I mean, how is it still functional? It's been left in space to drift. It really fixed it up really quickly. I don't think. I think that ship should have still been able to be serviceable, and it should be in way more pieces than it already is. Because you'd think there'd be like humans and whatnot, and they like, oh, there's a cyber ship out there that isn't completely destroyed. Let's destroy it with what armaments we have. It's disabled, but I don't know. That was just yeah. Then we got the destroyed version of we had the destroyed Gallifrey. That's just a metaphor for Chips' tenure at Doctor Who, folks. I mean, yes, he scorched himself a lot of Earth. But I honestly think Doctor Who is salvageable. I'm not gonna say how. Oh, I'm not gonna say how, because I don't want to give the other side ideas to ruin it. If they're even watching this video, I'm erring on the side of caution. The only one, I will only say, in confidence, I will only speak to Doomcock or Gary from Nerdrotic about how I think that Doctor Who could be salvageable, and not publicly, no, in confidence, what I think could happen and how they could salvage, how they could effectively retcon Doctor Who in the most efficient way possible. Let's just say I figured it out. And I'm not gonna say it because I don't want the other. I don't want the other people. I don't want other people to freaking bring this to Chris Chibnall and then he just writes that out of existence. No. So yeah, somehow Gallifrey is still on fire because you'd think. I don't know how long a city like Gallifrey would burn. It's mostly all metal. I don't know how it'd still all be on fire. I mean, yeah. And I noticed there was a name drop of Barusa, and that's a guy from Old Who. And I absolutely call BS on the Master destroying Gallifrey. I mean, that's contrary to his character. I believe he would more than likely want an audience of his peers as he dismantled the Doctor. Ugh. Yeah, and the fact that the Master has an XP for Chib and is blatant in the subtext, you don't have to be you don't have to be you don't have to be a genius to figure it out. You don't gotta be a genius. And yeah, apparently the Cybermen are just armor and they're dismantleable quickly, because Graham and Yaz's group of survivors, they were just able to dismantle. They were just able to dismantle the innards out of a full Cyberman without it being noticeable. Like like later on when the Cyberman came in, like the lone Cyberman, he didn't notice a bunch of parts and pieces thrown on the ground or anything like that. Oh, and Graham and Yaz's scene where they're together. This is just bait, because it's like, if you don't support that scene, you're an estenophobe, folks. If you don't support that scene. And no on-screen justification for everything Graham said in his speech to Yaz in Series 11 or Series 12. Like, I understand they have more adventures than what's on screen. I understand that, but what I don't understand is having Graham basically just giving a handjob speech to Yaz, basically. And yeah, after Graham gives his handjob speech to Yaz, he asks Yaz if she is offended. This is Tommy. This is just a step up from Tommy Wiseau, folks. Levels of caliber writing. This is a more intellectual version of that we're seeing in this series, folks. Oh, and then Yaz's response. It's the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. Okay, so you've never had encouraging speeches by your family and whatnot? Like, this dude just said you're the awesome, and you don't reply back saying hey Graham, you're awesome too. Ah, man, I really I can tell that this just draining. And yeah, in place of that handjob speech, a simple, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I want you to know you're like a daughter to me. You know, yeah. Something simple like that would have sufficed instead of what the handjob speech. And then, yeah. Why the hell would the Master give a broken, ruined Gallifrey to the Cybermen? Why would he just give it to him? I don't understand that. I don't fucking understand. And then wrote some more stuff. And then, yeah. And then we have, like, everything you knew was a lie. I said that before, but, And we're, in my notepad, we're in the Matrix scene now, folks. So apparently a race of sufficiently advanced human-looking beings discovering time travel and advanced science being headed and being the founding fathers of Gallifrey being Razalon and Omega. Apparently that's not the origin of the Time Lords, folks. That's not a sufficient origin for these goddamn writers. And yeah, Tech Tayun, space travel only headed by one woman. I mean, if she's like Elon Musk, I said this before, if she's like Elon Musk, I understand that. You're Elon Musk, you want to go into space and smoke weed with some aliens. I understand you want to do that, but they don't establish her motivations for being just the only one, and yeah. And yeah, folks, she not only did she invent space travel, but she also invented FTL travel, because she's able to travel to galaxies and whole other planets. Apparently there was just no one involved, folks, for Gallifrey and their space travel endeavors. I don't know why. Nothing makes sense, because that's the literal interpretation of the Master's words. What you could literally infer from the Master. And yeah, no Gallifrey and NASA, which isn't surprising, because Chris Chibnall doesn't want to write in a bunch of NASA engineers or Gallifrey having NASA engineers, because it was all done by one woman, folks. One woman. Ugh. Oh, and we had a space child. Oh yeah, the spaceship looks like a freaking satellite, not like a spaceship at all. We got a space child on a monument, which I guess harkens back to the whole ghost monument thing. I'm definitely gonna be going back to Series 11 to finish what I missed. I'm going back to Series 11 at some point. Go take a look at what I've missed. Do a full I won't redo the episode. I won't redo what I've already reviewed, but I'm gonna review the episodes I missed at some point. I don't know when. And yeah, Tech Taeyun is just a literal terrible parent, letting her kid play near a cliff. I mean, and then from there on, I just crossed out the bunch of space in my book, and I crossed out a page of space in my book, and yeah. And in this episode we have Ryan using hoop skills to kill a Cyberman, folks. That's not racist. That's not racist at all. That's not Chris Chibnall making generalizations on race. No, 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 folks. And we have an XP for Chips saying that a woman is under his control. That's not too woke there, Chips. No. What are you doing? And then XP for Chibs. Yeah. He's given the metaphor for fascism basically a hand job for all intents and purposes. a metaphorical hand job, just complimenting the Cyberman. Yeah. And if you look at we got feminine looking Cybermen now. We got feminine looking Cybermen. And I guess they could be considered a metaphor for the Marxist feminists of the world. And we have the XP of Chips trying to put things right with the metaphorical Marxist feminist that is Lone Cyberman, who's also Hitler, I guess, or just a fascist. And yeah, both the X both XBs. Yeah. By the way, this is confusing. Both Chris Chibnall has used both the Lone Cyberman and the Master as his mouthpieces throughout the series. And yeah. Uh, yeah. I'll just go back to the Matrix. We got the Tecteun child murdering to find the secrets of regeneration. Yeah, folks. I mean, yeah. You know, if if you think if you're a writer for Doctor Who and you think adding child murder into the origins of the Time Lords is a good thing to do or a smart thing to do, you're bloody dumb. You freaking are. Yeah, and we had an identity politics regeneration montage because apparently the Doctor. Because, yeah. Jeez. Feel like my life energy is. I feel like my life essence is getting drained just by reviewing this crap. Really shouldn't. I mean, yeah. Talking about a creation myth of Gallifrey, yeah. The myth that Tecteun is a brave woman explorer of galaxies, yeah, no. No, folks, she's a child murderer. A woman who sees Tecteun, they don't see a brave woman. No. They see a woman murdering their younger sibling or their own child in order to get the secrets of immortality, folks. That's what women really see. That is what they freaking see. I can't speak for women in general, but yeah, Chris Chibnall. Yeah, he's shilling a goddamn child murderer for fuck's sakes. Yeah, this whole Matrix scene and whatnot. It's a great metaphor for going woke. Because think of the doctor as just a regular person, and then you have some freaking Yahtzee come in, and it comes in, and then it just shows you this is the reality of this. This is the reality. This is why you should hate yourself. And yeah, it's Gallifreyans, not Shibogans, you fucking moron, Chris Chibnall. Go fuck yourself. I fucking, I fucking hate you, you pissant of a man. Go get fucking cucked by some fucking feminist bitch you fucking answer to. You piece of shit. I hope the afterlife is unkind to you. I really do. And you don't even have the stones to confront the fans on your failures. You don't have the fucking stones to back this shit up. No, I haven't heard you speaking about the timeless children publicly or in interviews. I haven't heard about that because a friend of mine would have heard about it and he would have given me the down low. Would have seen some shit. And yeah, the doctor being the goddamn timeless child, cause yeah, that fucking happened. That fucking happened. Because Chris Chibnall has no fucking taste and would piss on the legacy of William Hartnell, folks. No, this isn't the first doctor. No, this little kid is the first doctor. This little random space child is the first doctor. This random girl space child is the first doctor. William Hartnell, no, he's not the first doctor. He's the fucking 100th or some whatever fucking number. I don't want to goddamn contemplate. And we got the XP for Chib subverting control from the metaphorical, I don't know, I guess like the Marxist feminists, fascists people, which is the lone Cyberman. We got him doing that. I think Chris Chibnall, honestly think he can control these people. So he's just writing himself able to control them or something. I don't know. I don't know what's running through Chris Chibnall's head. I think if I did learn, it would probably either make me laugh or it would drive me to the depths of insanity, like I just looked at Cthulhu or some shit like that. And yeah, XP for Chibs is literally putting cyber fluid put cyber fluid into his body, folks. Yeah. It's kind of funny because yeah, it confirms to me that Chris Chibnall he wants to be black in Spyfall, folks. He wants to be black. That's why he wrote evil Steve Jobs berating his mother. I am gonna do a Spyfall video. Just going back to that. I don't know when. And we have the XP for Chibs confronting the Doctor for being special and ashamed that a part of the Doctor is inside Chibs and he can't bear it, folks. He can't bear it. What part of the Doctor is inside Chris Chibnall? I don't know. What part? Because I know none of the past Doctors. The actors. I know the actors for the past Doctors aren't gay, so we can strike out we can strike out the penis as a part. We can strike the as a body part that's inside Chris Chibnall. Maybe maybe Chris Chibnall got a blood transfusion from Dr. Tom Baker, or the Fourth Doctor, Tom Baker, or Dr. Tom Baker. That sounds fun. That sounds fun. I like that. Then we go. They swap. They go. They're continuing in the Matrix, and they switch to a background beach, and it's gray and bleak. And then we get the introduction of the Division, which add that. We all know the Time Lords. We all know the Time Lords secretly interfered in time. We all know that. I don't get why we have to air this out. Why we have to air that the Time Lords would have a secret society of Time Lords who alter the past of different races and cultures. I don't get why we have to have that aired out. And yeah, that recruitment slice of life scene we saw in the previous episode. This literally verifies that Chris Chibnall writes in metaphors and subtext, because the XP for Chris Chibnall stated so, that it was a metaphor, that everything was a metaphor, and it was just the reality, just for the Doctor to find and all that shit. It can't be said enough. The pissing on of William Hartnell's, of his legacy by not being the first incarnation of the Doctor. The complete revisionist pen Chris Chibnall used in this episode. Fuck him. And then we have the Cyber Time Lords, folks, able to regenerate inside Cyberman armor, which they should rightfully be able to break. If they're still regenerating, they should be dead. They shouldn't be able to regenerate. For some reason, these Cyber Time Lords are able to regenerate right when they should be dead, and if they did regenerate, they should be breaking out of the armor. I mean, come on. Then we have Whittaker having a conversation with Joe Martin, Doctor. I mean, yeah, this is a metaphor for Chris Chibnall. This Joe Martin scene is just a metaphor for Chris Chibnall's subconscious or something. Because yeah, no matter how much woke he throws into the series, how much he trashes the series, he can't have the Doctor not win in a story. Otherwise, yeah, I think early on, the end of Series 11, I think they would have had Jodie Whittaker, and then the Doctor got Joel in one, and we had a replacement person taking on the name of the Doctor. We would have got like a goddamn Mary Ray Sue or some BS. It would have escalated to that. That would have been easy for them to do, but yeah. Like, it's the way these people can't think in sane terms, in common sense, rational terms. So they have the simplest thing for them to do to trash Doctor Who: kill off the Doctor, replace the Doctor with another person, have that person take on the name of the Doctor, and then that would be it. But no, they regenerated the Doctor into a woman, so they can't do that because they'd be killing off a character that could regenerate into another gender, into another gender, race, ethnicity, and whatnot. That's not white, so they can't obviously just completely trash Doctor Who like that. So yeah, the hyper-advanced Time Lord storage system somehow overloaded by a single Time Lord, being the Doctor. And I noticed this, the cyber carrier looks sort of like Spaceball 1. So vaguely. Somewhat. And yeah, there's one good thing about this episode. They didn't subvert expectations. Because I completely expected someone else to sacrifice themselves in place of the Doctor instead of the Doctor. So, yeah, I expected someone else in that group to sacrifice it themselves, and they did that. Way to go, Chris Chibnall. You didn't subvert expectations. You could have had the Doctor straight up murder herself and kill everyone there involved, but you didn't. You didn't subvert expectations. Good job, Chris. Good job. Good job. What a good boy. What a good boy, Chris. And then the Doctor given a "Why You Suck" speech to XB of Chris Chibnall. When that XB of Chris Chibnall, that's a bit contradictory to him. I mean, why would Chris Chibnall write himself getting berated? Why would Chris Chibnall write effectively himself getting berated? Maybe because he has no choice. Maybe he's messed up in the head. I don't know. And then, yeah, the Doctor gets teleported to prison at the end of the episode, right through the TARDIS, right through their shields. Ugh. Doctor gets teleported to prison. That's just random. This is Tommy Wiseau levels of crazy here, folks. I mean, this is a few steps up above Tommy Wiseau. And it's freaking ridiculous. So, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, frig. I mean, really, it's odd. I don't know. I don't know anymore. But no, it's hilarious though. Overall, Chris Chibnall effectively turned the Doctor into Time Lord Jesus. Further proof he can't commit to subverting expectations and Jolan wanting the Doctor. Because that's what Star Wars did. That's what Star Wars did to Luke Skywalker. Can't really repeat that here because there'd be a woke uproar like, why'd you permanently kill the female lead? But no, yeah, it's like it's funny because this episode of Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, I saw it. I wouldn't I wouldn't say she did a good job, but like the Doctor was still in character. The Chris Chibnall still wrote the Doctor in character. He didn't use this episode of Doctor Who to turn the Doctor into a time-traveling edgelord that solves all his problems with guns, explosions, and martial arts, because that's the logical inversion of the Doctor, folks. That's the only way. That's the only inverse you can go of the Doctor. And the closest to that kind of Doctor would be the War Doctor, and that took some special circumstances to get the Doctor like that. That's the very, very leading edge closest that the Doctor has come to being the inverse of what the Doctor is. Now, yeah. This is a notebook review. This is a review straight from my notes. I didn't ramble. I didn't ramble on like I did in the last 3 videos. But yeah, this is just me padding things out for content. I'll freely admit that. So yeah, I thought I was done with Doctor Who. Whole going into parallel review of the Orville and Star Trek Discovery Season 1. But no, I can't do a clean line like that without going back to Doctor Who. I'm eventually going to be going back to Doctor Who again with Series 11. Just finish up the odds and ends I didn't review. So yeah, this is the Blood Knight of the Old Republic of Bloodganistan. Get your Joels in one where you can. Stay frosty and stay sexy, San Diego.